Randy Byers' horsemanship is not intended as a training video. Promotional use only.
Hi Steve, thank you for sending in your video of Allure. Let's see what you got going on here. You said she was a 5-year-old Dutch warmblood and she's only been broke for a year? Yeah. And you said you've been only riding for a year too? You know, the first thing I look at is your hands. I always look at a rider's hands first and then I look at their seat. What I see here is nice solid hands, nice quiet hands, nice soft hands. I think you got something going on pretty good here. You're going to set up for a canter here, and I want you to watch the hip of the horse. Notice the shoulders and the hip right there. See how the hip is lagging behind and the shoulders are going in front? You've got to set this horse up correctly. Now see right here, you leaned forward right there, and then I'm going to freeze frame right here. See how she hollowed out her back? Now remember, Steve, a change of gait is not a change of speed. I know you had a little problems getting her going right there, but you've got to set them up good. You got to lean back, stay off of their front end, and let their hip lead first a little bit. You only need a couple inches of hip, but you weren't using enough inside left leg to hold the shoulder. You got to hold the shoulder with the inside left leg and use your outside shoulder to push that hip over. And it didn't look like that hip was moving very well. So anyway, that's just some critical thinking there that you got to look at and say to yourself, okay, what's wrong there? Now right here in the turn, I liked how you turned Allure here. You didn't use that inside rein. She didn't follow her nose. Although you've got her bent a little bit to the inside. You know, I'm not going to worry too much about that. I like my horses nice and straight. But the idea is you have a lot of good shoulder movement. That tells me that she knows how to move her shoulders. Also, too, what I'm seeing here is she doesn't want to walk for you. I'm going to talk a little bit later in the video here about her walking and not walking for you. But, you know, it's safe to say that she's probably a little worried about the canter. All right, let's go ahead and set up for another canter departure. Okay, I want you to see here, you've got a good hip. Your hip comes in, but look at your inside right leg. You can almost drive a truck through it. And see how she dove her shoulder into the right there? Steve, you got to use that inside leg. You're not using it. You're using your outside leg to cue her, but you got to use that inside leg. Okay, I'm going to speed it up here in a second. I want you to take another look at it in real time. Okay, here's the hip. Good. And then she lost the shoulder. You opened up your leg so she could go through it, but you got to keep that right inside leg closed to stand her up and not have her dive with her shoulders. I like your expression here. You look totally frustrated. You know what, Steve? Don't beat yourself up, man. You've only been riding for a year. You've only been cantering this horse for, what, a month or so? Don't beat yourself up with it. Don't do that. Let's go back and talk a little bit about the walk. She's not walking. Okay, so we have two choices here. Either just go, she needs to relax. You need to send her out and either let her just go jog for a little while or let her trot. The other idea, the concept is, if you want her to walk, is to make her uncomfortable and have her look for the answer. And the answer is the walk. So how would you make your horse uncomfortable? What I would do is bend her, pick up the inside rein, bend her nose to the point of shoulder to the right, and say to her, oh, you want to walk, you got to walk. And then release the horse back to straight. Let's take a look at another canter departure. Right here, you got hip, 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 and then you lost the shoulder. See that? Again, you're not using that inside right leg. You got to understand the concept. And right here, look how she's bent to the inside a little bit. I want to see a little bit more left leg and straighten her out a little bit more. It's no big deal, really, if you wanted to keep her there. Sorry. Let's look at another departure. I believe this is the same departure. But this is in real time. Here's the hip. That's good. You got the hip, and then you drop the shoulder. See, so one time I showed you in slow motion. This is in fast motion. So, Steve, really concentrate on that that inside leg there, and help her stand her up and keep her from diving her shoulders in. All right. So anyway, so Steve, I think you're doing a great job. This is a beautiful horse. I think everything's going great. My suggestion is use more inside leg. As far as the walk, use the suggestions that I told you about those two concepts. You can always contact me anytime through my website or email. You can also contact me through my fan page at Facebook. You guys have a good day. Thank you very much. We'll see you later.